Misfit Nation. Misfit.
Right? We're talking about his word against hers.
We don't know for a fact that
it's all fucking hearsay, except for the overwhelming evidence against Johnny Depp that everybody's ignoring.
Overwhelming?
Because you all believe in this fucking I'm a tortured artist and I just do drugs casually. And you know what I mean? Like, you guys are buying into that shit.
I don't think that's
You
fair.
guys are totally buying into it.
I don't think that's fair. Because we all have
What's your evidence?
The evidence when he went to the hospital and he got his finger cut. That was in court. That's not a meme argument. She did that.
Okay, what was the argument then, Blaze?
What do you mean?
What's the argument?
The argument to why she was abusive?
No. What's the? You just brought up something.
The glass in the hand?
There was no glass in the hand.
No, there was no glass actually in the hand.
Yeah.
She threw a glass top for a bottle and it cut him.
And you believe that?
Yeah, that's what I saw in the court proceedings.
You believe somebody? No, that's not what you saw.
What did I say?
What you saw was a story presented from Johnny Depp. You didn't see any evidence that a bottle was smashed into his hand, and that's what caused the finger being severed.
Isn't the whole point of court to be truthful and honest when you're on the stand? Now, I know everybody has their ulterior motives, and I know everybody's going to lie on the stand. But perjury is a thing, and it's there for a reason. So Amber has her side. He has his. His is only more believable for you because there's tapes of him actually like on a bender.
That's called evidence.
Right,
yeah.
right. But
go ahead.
But it's more believable to me that she would be vindictive enough to take advantage of that situation. That's all I'm saying.
Based on what?
Because why not just leave?
Based on what?
If you were being abused by Johnny, why not just leave? That's why I say
that's not a fair argument.
How's that not fair?
Why not? If you're abused, why not just leave your abuser? That's a ridiculous argument. Even a psychologist would laugh at you for that. Mm-hmm. That's a ridiculous argument.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Know. Yeah. I.
So
I
why
get
would you even bring that up as an argument?
Because
he starred in fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, and you like him as a fucking actor. That's why.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest.
There's no fucking evidence that helps him.
I'm gonna be honest. I am a Johnny Depp fan before I am a Amber Heard fan. Mm-hmm. So at face value, I'm gonna take his word over hers.
Exactly.
And I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And so from what I saw and what I believed was the court proceedings, because I did watch it, but if you're saying that it's just something that he is saying with no evidence, then it shouldn't count.
Sorry, say that last part one more time. I just was reading a comment when you said it. You're saying if there's no evidence, it shouldn't count?
Yeah, if there's no evidence.
You're saying that shouldn't be
like his portrayal of what happened during his relationship. I'm not saying he wasn't a shitty person. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I think there is a case for him getting canceled and getting removed from Disney shouldn't have happened because of his relationship problems.
All right, let's break this down.
Because it's Disney. They don't give a fuck about his relationship
Do you
problems.
agree with me on this? Because I believe that Amber Heard isn't getting a fair trial. And I think it's based on the fact that everybody likes Johnny Depp way more, and they don't like Amber Heard because she had her political views and this and that. I hated her political views too. I've heard the horse shit too. What I'm saying is this. Do you believe that Amber Heard do you believe that Johnny Depp is a victim of domestic abuse?
No, I believe that Johnny Depp is a victim of his drug abuse, but that led to him being susceptible to being abused by somebody else, whether that had been his manager taking advantage of his money, whether that had been Amber Heard taking advantage of his drunken stupors. It's all taking advantage. It starts with the drug, but then what do you do with that person? You know, take Michael Jackson for example. The doctor killed him with the drugs, but the doctor was just doping him up, getting money from Michael for the dope. You needed a doctor to get that prescription, so he's just getting it. It's one of those things where it's a symbiotic relationship gone wrong.
Okay. So then you would agree with me that the media is definitely lying in this case then, where they're painting him as this victim. It's not true.
I will agree.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
How can you be a victim of domestic violence if you're also participating in it? You're either one or the other, in my opinion.
I mean, you could still be you could still be an abused and an abuser. You're just trading blows at that point.
Okay, then it's just a
abuse.
fight.
It's a physical abusive relationship.
Okay, then you're not a victim.
Two people.
You're not a victim then. You're a participant.
You're a participant if you raise your hand. Okay, so what if it's self-defense?
Then it's self-defense. Then we're talking about a whole different thing here. We're not talking about abuse anymore.
Abuse anymore, if it's self-defense.
Then we're talking about Johnny Depp possibly, this is what I believe, Johnny Depp possibly tried to abuse her, and because he's a drunken fucking junkie, she got the best of him. I think that's what happened.
He took a swag at her, he was too drunk, he missed.
Okay, let me say this, because everybody's bringing up, even Peter Ortiz, I read it earlier. Sure. He says, Peter Ortiz, she's on tape threatening him and telling him no one will believe him because he's Johnny Depp, right? Now, everybody, and I think it's funny because everybody to me is doing what they did during the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, the Derek Chauvin trial, where they're just paying attention to memes and they're not paying attention to the actual case.
Okay.
Right? And what that is what that argument is taking something out of context. Where it was the argument where she's going, listen, I didn't punch you, I hit you, right? Mm-hmm. All right, now, so this is the argument, because I've seen a bunch of people talk about this, all the right-wingers talk about this, everybody talk about this, and they're all in agreement on this, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me this, are we going to now sit here and pretend that a girl hitting a guy is the same as a guy hitting a girl?
No, we're not going to pretend that.
Okay.
It's not the same.
Right.
And I'm not willing to do that. But what I am willing to bet is that if there's going to be a man that is weaker than their significant other, then it would be Johnny Depp. That's what I'm willing to bet that the type of man that it is would like I don't even think you would put force behind it.
Hold on. This is my point though. Uh-huh. That takes no convincing for you. You just believe it. You don't even. It doesn't take any kind of like. I'm going to second guess this a little bit.
But that's not based off of being a fan of his. That's based off of his mannerism and how he act. You know, I'm making an informed decision on the evidence that he's put forth and the things that he's done in his life. So that just makes me believe that he would be the weak one. I'm not saying men in general. I know men are stronger. It doesn't matter. Even if he hit her, it's gonna hurt more. But I still think she could beat his ass. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she could really beat his ass.
I'm just saying this.
In terms of he won't hit her back, he'll just cower. He won't even defend himself.
What I'm saying is this. If you're going to try to convince me that a man is getting abused and he can't do anything about it, meaning like even just mentally in her head where she thinks that like she can abuse him, right? What I'm saying is you're going to have to convince me more than just saying, oh, yeah, she hit me. She punched me in the face. What's the evidence? You can't just go, oh, I'm also a drug addicted fucking, alcoholic who harms himself, by the way. He's known for harming himself, and she's known for trying to get him not to do that. At what point do I go, okay, he's sitting at a bar, and she throws a vodka bottle, right? And it happens to just sever just the middle finger. Yeah. Doesn't even touch the rest of the hand. There's no glass in the finger, no nothing. The doctors even said that that never mentioned glass in their notes. The doctor also said that he admitted that he cut his own finger off.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Well, what do you think about that? Do you think there's any if that's even plausible in your head?
That he would cut his own finger off?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. All
right. So let me tell you why I think it's the truth. Okay. Right? And tell me if you heard of this. Once he allegedly cut his own finger off, because I'm just gonna say that just to be fair. Or once his finger got cut off, let's just say severed. It got cut off, right?
Severed. It was severed.
Because even in court, Johnny Depp doesn't specifically say whether she cut it off. Whenever it's brought up, he says the day my finger got cut off. He never says specifically, right?
Okay.
What do you do in that situation? Let's say it's the truth. Let's say your girl just threw a vodka bottle at your finger and it severed the middle finger. Give me your exact course of action.
Okay.
Like in the very moment, tell me what's the first thing you're gonna do?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is put pressure on my finger.
Right. And then what?
Bleed out. And then I have to address why that was thrown at me.
Okay, and then what do you do?
Well, I'm not gonna hit her, but
I
I
know.
have to restrain her because she caused bodily harm to me.
Not necessarily. I'm just saying. I'm saying what like just go down sort of the list of things you would do. At some point, you definitely go to the hospital.
Yeah, of course.
You get it fixed. You get it sewn up. You might call your lawyer. You might call your agent. You might call whoever, right? Does at any point do you dip your severed finger in paint and then write bloody cryptic messages to your wife on the mirror? Do you do that at any point?
No.
Is that normal?
That didn't cross my mind. That wasn't one of the first logical steps.
Okay. So if somebody did that and they're claiming their wife cut their finger off, and then but you see the evidence and you go, oh, but you did that after. Why? Like,
that's a little.
Doesn't
weird.
that make you question the story a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So what Johnny Depp did was exactly what I just said. And he admitted to this in court. Once his finger was severed, he then wrote these cryptic, bloody messages on here.
Do you have pictures?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you in a minute. Johnny Depp.
I'll show you in a minute.
I got fucking receipts here. You think I just take a woman's side without having proof?
He's well armed. Fuck that. No, this is why it's concrete. Any other thing is not.
I'm
true.
just saying. This is why I'm focusing on this right here, because a lot of this, especially in the meme culture, this case is hinging on this story.
Gotcha.
That he got his finger cut off.
Gotcha.
When people bring up the argument, that's the first thing they jump to. He got his finger cut off. So to make the point that this story is a bunch of horseshit would be a big deal, right?
Okay.
Johnny Depp used his blood to paint mirrors and walls during drug-fueled ordeal. Court case says.
Damn.
This is it. See, this is the paint. This is the blood you can see sort of behind it. And that's from the severed finger. All
right. I concede. This nigga's a psychopath. Lock him up.
No, I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm just saying. Hold
look
on.
at the shit. That shit looked like Whitney Houston's bathroom counter.
You're right. He is a psychopath.
Crazy. Yeah, he is.
He's a psycho. I'm just saying the media is fucking lying. Now let me show you this. Now compare this, right? This is the contrast. Let me just show you some of these these things. Look at this. Look at this title. Johnny Depp passing sweets around like a true Willy Wonka in court. What's this one? What a sweetheart he is. Johnny Depp's bodyguard being hilarious while talking about gifts from Johnny. So a witness is on the stage talking about how Johnny often buys him gifts. So yeah, I guess that's a fair fucking witness, right? Somebody that gets thousands of dollars in gifts from Johnny every fucking month.
Of course.
Yeah, that's.
I would say whatever. You can't lock that's the breadwinner. You can't lock him up.
Exactly. And then all this thing, like where they're pointing at Amber Heard as being this cunt, where she's taunting Johnny Depp because she wore black, because Johnny Depp wore black the day before, and then they're going like. Everything is Johnny Depp cracking up in court. He's a fucking riot, isn't he? He's great. Like it's all look. This is Fox News. Depp cracks up in court. Jack Sparrow is more drunk than Johnny Depp. What the fuck does that mean? It's the same goddamn person.
That's a syndicated station too.
Listen, everybody's gone goddamn mad over this. Everybody's gone fucking mad.
Maybe
nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. I'm the only person that's right about this.
I understand how you may feel, but it's Johnny Depp.
Exactly. That's what it is. And that's why Hollywood gets away with raping children on the daily. It's because it's Johnny Depp. He can do whatever he wants.
It's Johnny Depp.
He doesn't have to follow the rules. That's where
Johnny Depp. It's Will Smith at the Oscars where they don't throw him out.
Exactly.
It's all of that, bro. It's fucking the guy that shot the camera lady. Why is he not in jail right now? You know what I mean?
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah. It's all of that, bro.
But why is everybody in agreement on this? And I'll tell you why I believe it is.
Sure.
I believe it's first off, this has become political in a way because they've turned it into the man versus woman thing, right? And this is the thing. they've gotten people, because I'd love to see any of these right-wing people who have made this argument where Johnny Depp is definitely the one being abused. Mm-hmm. I'd love for them to now go and make the argument that men hitting women and women hitting men are not the same.
Are not the same.
How do you make that argument now? I don't believe a man could be abused by a woman. I'm just gonna fucking say that. I think that guy, remember that guy who was listening to R&B music getting slapped around by his bitch? Mm. I think he liked that shit. I think he enjoyed it, and that's why he put up with it. You could tell me, it's because he has a baby and he's just putting up with. Fuck that.
Nah, I don't know if I agree with that, because I've seen cases. They're not as much. There's like what out of maybe 1 million women, 2 men would get abused in that relationship. Mm-hmm. You got to look at things like them German wives. Some of them are fucking abusive to their husbands. They talk to them anyway. It doesn't always have to be physical.
There's also some women that will buy hitmen. They remember that one lady that accidentally.
That's different. That's different.
Well, hold on.
We're talking like that's the only way to me that a woman could abuse a man is her telling maybe a lie or telling something to a dude or her brother or something and saying he hit me, and then him coming and beating him up. That's the only physical abuse I think a woman could do. Well, mental abuse, women can do that too.
That's where I was going. The mental abuse when it comes to that, I think there is a way where you see it all the time. These guys, you would think they're so happy in their lives and shit, and then one day they just fucking kill themselves. Now, I can never tell you why they did that, right? But, I mean, if we're going to be honest, he was unhappy with what he was going on with, you know what I'm saying? So, it's one of those things where if you are in a toxic relationship, I don't want to use abusive, but if your woman is toxic and she treats you like shit and you don't have enough respect for yourself to at least be like, look, bitch, you can't, don't talk to me like that, or like I don't have to be with you. It's one of those things.
Right.
It's like it's an attachment thing. So I feel like some of these dudes who are attached to this kind of behavior, it does qualify as abuse. Just not physical, breaking your nose type shit. And for all I know, they could be like throwing frying pans, or like you can hurt a dude if you catch him off guard.
I think there's men who buy into that shit where it's like if a woman isn't screaming and yelling and actually hitting him, she don't really love me.
Yeah, there is.
I think that's way more prevalent than anybody's giving it credit for. And if you're telling me about a guy who however he got his finger cut off, right? The next thing he does is writes fucking torturous soul love letters in blood on the mirror for his wife.
Where that all starts from, right?
Where?
Mothers.
Gotta return to your father. Yeah, you're right though. You're right. It's that feminine nature that men adopt. It's like, I'm gonna do this so that she knows that I love her. It's like Vincent Van Gogh. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna cut off my ear.
There's some mothers out there that will put their chin up if their kid don't go above and beyond to do stuff for them. It has nothing to do with the kid growing up or achieving anything. It's what can you do for me? Mm-hmm. There's some parents like that. There's some mothers like that.
Well, yeah, obviously it all comes from your upbringing, which is why I believe this guy's been a lifelong drug addict, because he has fucking problems. I think that for everybody to go, yeah, he's just a lifelong drug addict, but he's functioning. He doesn't hurt anybody. He does. It's like, no, he does hurt people. His life has spiraled out of control. His career has fucking fallen down.
Okay.
Because of his drug problem. And to go, Amber Heard is the problem, when this guy's been a drug addict for most of his life, it's like, I think we're putting it on the wrong person. I think we're taking all responsibility off of Johnny Depp and putting it on his girl. And that's not, and I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be the only consistent person and say that no woman should ever control a man. And if she is, it's because he's letting her.
Okay.
Because that's what I say with everything.
Okay. All right.
And I just, you have to convince me more than that, than just a bunch of stories.
A bunch of anecdotal shit. I got it.
All right, look. Where was it? Alex Coquito, did she defecate in the bed? That's still people think it's like for sure. There's no evidence. The only evidence is that she says that it was a practical joke and that it was the dogs.
So she admitted there was shit on the bed. Let's start with that then.
Yeah, there was shit on the bed.
There was shit on the bed. But it wasn't her shit, and she put it there as a practical joke.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not
It's
as bad.
suggestive.
Still, she's still full of shit for doing it.
It's
but
suggestive, right? It's a prank. Thought it was funny. He didn't think it was funny.
That's how white people joke.
yeah, you guys, all you guys got
Jackass.
scat fetishes.
Jackass.
It's weird.
Look, I'm not gonna boil it down to just a joke. Let's just say that she let's just say that she did, right? And where people are just jumping right to it before they even heard the testimony. I'm like, well, hold on. Let's before we hear it, it's like maybe it was an accident. Maybe it was Johnny Depp. He was a drug addict. You know what I mean? They're known for fucking losing control of their bodily function sometimes.
That's true.
I'm just saying we're just jumping right to the goddamn conclusions, and it's because
she shouldn't have been.
It's because you love Johnny Depp.
It's because 86% of people don't know anything about laws or courts and have a judgment.
I think it's people. I think usually the people who do pay attention are the right wing correspondents. And they're not paying attention because they don't think it's that important, but they're going to still report on it to get the numbers. So they're just going to take the everybody else's side because it's just I've never seen everybody agree on something all at the same time.
It's Captain Jack Sparrow,
and it just doesn't make sense to me when you look at the goddamn. It's just
the best pirate around, man. Goddamn.
Hold on, I gotta find this one clip.
Can't watch no Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack. I didn't even see the one without. I only saw the first 3.
I don't watch it.
Okay,
I watched Willy Wonka with Johnny Depp.
Willy Wonka was cool.
That was great.
Now tell me this. This I believe is actually evidence. Not evidence, but this definitely makes me believe that he was abusive, and it's all the recordings, right? I'm just gonna play this one and just listen to what happens, and then we'll talk about it.
Sure.
Morning, everyone. I hope you had a nice weekend. Mr. Depp, we've talked about this a little bit, but you've testified that abuse can come in many forms, correct? Physical being one of them, right?
Yes, indeed.
Emotional,
Indeed.
verbal,
Indeed.
psychological abuse.
Indeed. Some of those sort of flow into the other.
I'd like to talk, understood. I'd like to talk about some of that abuse. Can we pull up Exhibit 582, please?
Just skip around because courtroom proceedings, guys.
To go put your
grossly exaggerated moment.
Oh wait,
And-
I think they already played it.
Can you play that one more time?
Fucking cigarette.
Oh yeah,
582 in evidence.
there it is. So tell me what you think of this recording.
Put your fucking cigarettes out on someone else. You fucking have consequences for your actions. That's it.
Shut up, fat ass.
Yeah, you got me there.
Okay, so she said you put your fucking cigarettes out on somebody else. You have consequences for your actions.
That's what she said about the cigarettes in the
Yeah.
beginning. Play it again.
582 in evidence. Put your fucking cigarettes out on someone else. You fucking have consequences for your actions. That's it.
Shut up, fat ass.
Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, I see that whole thing play out. They were probably sitting right next to each other. He took the cigarette out, said, "Shh," and she ran away and said that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And now let me ask you that because he's denying that he burnt the cigarette on her, right? Now, based on that, right, he's then subtly accusing her of making that up, then, right? Because then he's saying that never happened.
Right.
So if your girlfriend is talking to you and going, you just burnt me with your cigarette. And you didn't even burn her with a cigarette. You don't even have a cigarette. When in the recording, you'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bitch?"
Yeah, I'm not even smoking.
I'm not even. Yeah. Would you just go, "Shut up, fat ass"? To me, that's him basically saying, "Yeah, I did it, but shut the fuck up." Because if I didn't do it, and a bitch goes, "You just burnt me with a cigarette," and I'm like, I know I didn't. My second thought would be, Bitch, are you recording me right now?
Yeah. Why the fuck are you recording me? And this is not even...
What are you talking about? And I hear that throughout all these recordings. That she'll go, you punched me in my fucking face the other night, and he will not deny any of it in the recordings. He'll just go, shut the fuck up. He'll say this, I don't care how many times the bitch says it. If she keeps bringing up something I didn't do, I'm always gonna deny it.
Yeah.
Especially punching her in the face.
Yeah.
You punch me. Bitch, how many times am I gonna say it? I didn't punch you in the face.
Where's your recorder? Let me speak. I didn't punch you in the face.
Let me get your lapel mic.
Unless he is that fucked up. But he's just like, oh, shut up.
I'm not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Wait, no,
Fuck that.
hold on.
Fuck that.
No, that is a good argument, and it speaks to his drug abuse.
No.
Okay.
Then he's discrediting himself. Because then how does he remember anything?
Because it comes in bits and pieces, and the bits and pieces that he chooses to use
Are
in
very
court
convenient.
Are convenient. No, for him, it's court. You're not gonna tell shit that you remember that's bad for you, but you have that out as a drug user, and you can see understand it doesn't even seem like he's all the way there. You know what I mean? So there's definitely been a toll taken on him, whether or not he's using that knowingly as an advantage or whether it's just happening.
Okay, you're an abusive wife. Your husband that you're abusing just calls you a fat ass after burning you with a cigarette. What do you do? And you're an abusive wife. Do you go, oh yeah, you got me there? That sounds like a woman that's just defeated. That's like, all right, I'm done. I don't even want to come back with a quip.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like even in her recording, she sounds like the goddamn victim.
It's hard to hear that and not think something else. So okay.
It's just I don't know. Again.
Well, the trial's not over, right?
No.
Okay.
I really believe
he might be guilty.
I don't know if this is it a jury? It's a jury.
I believe so.
Yeah. I don't believe they're gonna give her a fair trial. I think she's getting an unfair trial right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
But
you're all a part of it. You're all the problem.
But hold on, I'm not
all
the
you
problem.
meme
I'm not the
makers.
problem because I'm not a jury of her peers. She has a jury of 12 people that have heard the facts of the case. I'm just out here going off of whatever the fuck I see, right? So if we're gonna believe that the jury is impartial and their instructions are to not look at media, anything about the case, we're human, so I'm sure people are peeking. But the general rule is if you're on a jury, you're taking it seriously, then you're doing all of the rules. And you're gonna be impartial.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, and depending on who you talk to, then it works. Kyle Rittenhouse, a lot of people will say that didn't work, but we and a lot of other people believe that it worked.
You might be right. The jury might be looking at it like because they're hearing details because you didn't hear about the finger painting on the wall, right?
Nope, didn't hear.
And that's because the media is not covering it. Mm-hmm. They're pretending it's not even a thing.
That right there just sways my. Nobody in their right mind does that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't.
And how do you see that behavior and now go? But Amber Heard should have acted normal. She's a fucking dumb bitch.
She might have.
That's what she's only gonna act normal if she has a good guy with her. She doesn't have a good guy. She has an emotionally erratic, unstable, drug addict douchebag for a husband.
Who talks like this, but is actually
who speaks with an English accent, Utah. And he's from fucking Kentucky. Fucking backwoods redneck. Yeah, and he grew up in Miramar.
I don't know nobody in Miramar. It's nobody, like that, man. Y'all gonna be real.
But his parents are English.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I knew a kid that parents were English and he spoke like a regular person.
Like a patriot.
like a regular person. Oh, shit. You said like a regular person.
Peter Ortiz, how the fuck does she start recording so fast? I believe that was just an excerpt from a longer recording. So I believe this whole thing where people are going, she set him up. I believe that. I believe she was trying to get evidence.
It was the only way to get
on a very powerful Hollywood guy. And look with all the evidence that she did get on him, and people are still ignoring it. She was right. She should have got, if she didn't have any of that evidence, I wouldn't believe her. I would probably just go, yeah, she probably was. Who the fuck knows? Actually, I didn't believe her to begin with. I just don't believe men could be fucking abused.
I also think that
doesn't make sense
in the
to me.
very beginning, because when we first heard about this case, it was originally about her settling out of court with him due to money. So she got a pretty large check from him, and then come around now, there's a trial for abuse. So yeah, I mean, presented with new evidence, I can't blindly say that I want Johnny Depp to not face some sort of consequences for his actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw the book at him.
Yeah, if what I believe is to be the truth, then yeah, I think everybody's got this fucking way backwards. I think they got it totally backwards, and they're reaching at this point where they're pointing at. She wore black. Johnny Depp wore the black. Crazy. She's wearing a ponytail because Johnny Depp's wearing a ponytail. What are you, fashion consultants or fucking lawyers? The fuck is wrong with you?
Fashion police, man.
Yeah.
Fashion police.
It has to be there too.
It's Hollywood.
It is Hollywood.
Hollywood.
That's the cattiness of Hollywood.
I think it's so obvious, and just people just aren't paying attention. They just took a side.
If he was,
I'm gonna expose. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna expose on a video sometime this week all the people that are pretending to be in the know, the charlatans. I'm talking ABBA and Preach, charlatans.
Oh my God,
beta males.
Wait. Where's
beta males?
ABBA and Preach. Why?
100%. They're frauds. They're pretending to be alpha males.
Where did you get that from?
I could just read it.
But
just like Fresh and Fit.
Okay, Fresh and Fit is more believable. ABBA and Preach, though, I don't even think they put off that vibe. Like, I think they're just whatever.
What's the big one's name?
That's Preach.
That's Preach?
Yeah.
Preach not so much.
Yeah, Preach is cool.
Yeah, I like Preach.
ABBA's cool too.
ABBA's a little...
Yo, I think you're being unfair, bro. This is a character. I think you don't like ABBA because some of his views is a little crazy. It's a little out there.
First off,
it's a little out there. I'll give you that. But what has he done?
Hold on. No, it's
Beta.
What? I'm gonna do a video on it. I'm not gonna bring it up here. I'm just giving you guys the teaser.
Okay, the warning. That's a warning.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward to see it. I ain't fighting your battles.
I'm talking almost everybody that covered this motherfucking thing. It's just it was really like a bunch of dudes who pretend to be alpha males. Who now go, oh, well, I heard how they're like breaking down the like where she goes, I didn't punch you, I hit you. And all these fucking guys who are pretending to be alpha males go, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if a person hits a person, it's the same thing. And I'm like, what? Is this the same people who are just arguing that women and men shouldn't compete in sports together?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Sure.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, how can I say this? When I think you know when we talk about civil rights and all that, and you say that what happened was an overcorrection. I think we're seeing that here.
The overcorrection going the other way.
The overcorrection going the other way in the manosphere, where we finally got one where we can go, this guy's being abused. See women do that shit too. Where everything shouldn't be a competition in like that. And it's the same things that most people preach. You know what I mean?
And we're going to use...
that's not a double entendre.
And do you see, though, even in that case, even with that justification, I still say fuck them.
Okay.
Because we're going to use Johnny Depp, a guy who's cutting his finger off to write messages, love letters.
I've been saying this the whole time, and I don't think he understands. It's Johnny Depp. I know it sucks.
What does that mean?
But
I'm a fan of his movies just as much as you guys are. I don't like Amber Heard as an actor.
I'm not justifying it, but I'm telling you why it's happening.
No, but I'm asking you. What do you like? Why? Well, you're not looking at the other way because once you were presented with the evidence.
Yeah, I've changed my mind. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Get me? But
I see. Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking from your perspective.
Nah, I'm saying there's other people out there that won't even give a fuck. They won't even want to hear out there. It's just Johnny Depp is innocent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. I agree with you. I understand the double standard probably more than anybody. But I'm just saying this isn't the example, guys.
Fair enough.
This is probably the worst example we could use. I'd rather use fucking Bill Cosby. And go, he was just misunderstood.
Everybody was doing Quaaludes, man. Come on.
He just thought everybody was thirsty.
It was the Quaalude era. She said she wanted a drink. Right.
She didn't say what she wanted in it.
Right.
Put Molly all in the champagne.
She didn't know it. I still think Reebok was foul for how they did Ross with that.
No,
bro.
I think
That was a pretty
Ross
foul
is-
line.
Nah,
but
fuck that.
I loved
Ross
it.
is foul.
Huh? Ross was foul with that?
Come on, man.
Nah, stop it. He's a rapper. We talk about bitches and hoes all day.
You're right.
You
You're
gonna
right.
pull me because I said I put Molly in her champagne?
You can't
Come
do
on,
that.
bro.
Well, I mean, Reebok, I guess they could do it.
It's not
it
the
is
Molly and the champagne part. It's the
Wait.
part he said after that.
She ain't even know it.
No, after he said,
I took her home and enjoyed that.
yeah.
She ain't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
That's not.
God
Okay.
damn, you just reminded me of the line.
Yeah.
Made me
Yeah,
cringe
you
a
might
little
be
bit.
right. You might be right. Yeah.
Fucking big bear just
Jesus
mauling
Christ.
this little poor woman.
Terrible.
Oh man.
Well, let's move on. What
Let's
else we
gently
got?
move on from that one. Let's briskly move
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Get away from all this shit. Get Johnny Depp off the screen.
So
lock him up?
what's the final verdict on Johnny Depp here?
Guilty is charged.
You think so? I think so too.
Yeah.
I think he's a prick.
I think so.
Are we all Team Amber Heard now?
I'm not gonna say that. I still think she's a shitty actress, and I don't agree with her views.
By the way, that's the only hyperbolic part of this whole argument that I've been having. Is I just been calling myself Team Amber Heard.
Team Amber Heard.
Just to, yeah, that's the only trolly thing I've been doing. Yeah. What's the consensus in the chat there? Wonder, what do you think?
Honestly, y'all know my take when it comes to Hollywood pander. I don't give a fuck about them. A dude shouldn't get wall to wall by a woman. If there is any abuse called on the man, 9 times out of 10, if she's a bitch, you're getting wall to wall. So it's what it is.
Beta. Yeah, I'm gonna make that statement here tonight. That's my statement.
That's your statement.
I just don't believe in woman to man abuse. I don't believe it's real.
Okay, fair enough.
Size, all that shit doesn't matter to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I still think there's a mental thing there, but
There's
it's not
definitely
physical.
mental abuse.
Not physical.
But
Yeah,
that's
no
why
physical.
I advocate for men to be mentally abusive off the bat. That's what I do. Works like a charm.
We was going.
Right,
we was
we
in
were
a-
almost
yes,
there, we were
bro.
almost
We were
there.
almost there. You just had to veer the car off, dog. Damn.
Oh, I thought I veered the car back on the road.
Yeah, but it's like you swerve back off.
Well, that's the whole thing is if we would have just stuck to that, then we would at least they tried to disarm us of mental abuse. So now, like, what are we left with? Obviously, we know we can't hit bitches. If I can't call a bitch and be rude to her when she deserves it, what else do I have left?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Disarmed.
Right. We're completely disarmed. So we should every time I say I'm all for mental and verbal abuse to women, people cringe. They cringe.
Got you.
But
Got you.
it is what it is.
They don't see the meaning behind it.
Well, because they're naturally abusive mentally and verbally until you do something about it.
Nip it in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're 10 times better at being mentally and verbally abusive. Men. Because that's just what we do that for fun.
I think we're better at a lot of things.
We abuse each other for fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Even
That's true.
physically sometimes. That's what we do. That's why they can't compete with us on that.
Because it's in our nature.
It is.
Yes,
to
absolutely.
be abusive.
Yes.
And
I
we
agree.
reel it back for them. And they don't like they lost their appreciation for that.
It's a courtesy, toots.
Yeah. And that's ladies, that's why we have locker room talk. So don't be mad at it.
Yes, stay out of the locker room if you don't want to hear locker room talk.
That's why when your husband and his boys are all chilling and you walk in the room, they get quiet.
It's silent.
Yep.
Because
stone face.
Because that conversation is not for you.
Over your head.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
That's funny.
We reinstill those things, we'll be fine. I'm telling you. That's my last piece of advice.
All right,
fuck
man.
Johnny Depp. I love Blow and Donnie Brasco, but Johnny Depp.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. I'm with you.